Hello, I'm Rachel, and this is my first video for YouTube on Flosstube. I am the dyer for Needle and Flax, so I thought I would start a YouTube to show what I stitch on, and then I can show stitching on my fabrics and what's new. On Instagram, I'm Needle and Flax. I have a website, needleandflax.com. And then my personal Instagram is I also stitch. And this is incredibly awkward talking to myself, but I'm going to push through it and do it. Okay, that's it. What else? I've been stitching since 1987 when I was 12. I live in northern Michigan. Grew up in Southern California. I've been married for 28 years and I have 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy, almost 19, 17, and 13. So they are probably going to cringe if they watch this. And my 17-year-old's doing online, and I'm sure she's upstairs laughing because I told her not to come down. Yeah, that's it. So I stay at home and I started a linen dyeing business, and I'm sure I'll talk more about that in different videos. So I mostly stitch samplers and some seasonal. I'm addicted to coffee, you know. And this is incredibly uncomfortable. So I'll just start. I will start with stuff I have stitched previously, or finishes, I should say. Yeah, I haven't done a lot of fall stitching. I haven't gotten a lot of stitching done at all lately, but, and I have a serious case of the Laura's. I keep starting everything and not sticking with it. So, yeah, so I will show you. About a month ago, I finished Marion Horsborough by Hands Across the Sea. I did a download of this one, so I probably won't buy it when it gets printed because I already stitched it. And here's I have a frame. I frame everything just in frames that I find. This is, I think this is Legacy linen. Shoot, I think it's corn silk. So I have a frame for this, but I have not had the time to frame it, so I'm sure I'll show it again when I get it framed. But this was fun. This is 37 count if it's Legacy. I'm not good with like packaging my stuff together. This one I did a long time ago. And I frame everything in glass. This is Jane Stanwyck's, I think it's Samplers Revisited. And I think this is either 36 or 40 count Wren. And this is just a Pottery Barn frame I had. So, and I did DMC on this, all DMC called for on that. Same thing with Marion Horsborough, 1866. I don't know how you say that. This was also DMC. I mostly stitch in DMC. This one is Stacy Nash. Halloween Jacked sewing roll, and I just put it in a frame from Goodwill. This is 32 count, I think, dirty linen. I did this a long time ago. I don't really stitch on 32 count anymore. And then it's just DMC black. No, this one has no glass. And I just put this in a frame like, I think in September, a couple months ago. These are full of dust. I didn't prep good. I'm not a prepper. This is Frances Graspy from Hands Across the Sea. This is all, see the ring light showing in the glass. All DMC. I think I finished this last year. I remember, no, a couple years ago on Halloween I remember stitching this, so it's been a couple years since I did this. I think this is also Legacy, 37 count. Might be Russian tea cake. Might be Russian tea cake, I'm not sure. So I love this one. I love the backstory on this one. I think at some point I'll do like a video just on Hands Across the Sea because I have all the patterns and lots of starts by them. They're my favorite for sure. Well, one of the favorites. Let's see, this one I finished in August, I think. This is another favorite designer, Plum Street. I think Paulette's my sister from another mister. We have a lot of the same, I don't know. Her subject matters are a lot of my same interests. I love history and American history. So this was, I know, 40 count, 40 count Vintage Country Mocha, and this is all DMC also on this one. And another frame, there was actually another cross stitch in here that my aunt had stitched, and I have 2 of these and I want to do a whole series. So I know at least the first 2 I finish will be in this same frame because it just happened to fit. So that darn ring light shows up in everything. And then this one, dusty again. This is the Rachel Long sampler, Needle Made Designs. I did not write on the back when I finished it. This is 36 count Weeks Dye Works straw linen with DMC threads. This one was really, this border was really fun. It's like kind of hot pink. I did have to change some of the threads because I think it called for mocha and I didn't have mocha. So some of the called for threads did not show up on the mocha and I had to kind of look at the picture and adjust them a bit. But I liked this one. Let's see, because it's a Rachel and I'm a Rachel, and she said she was born March 8th and I am born on March 7th, so I thought that was a definite must stitch. And this is another frame that I have 2 of these frames I got at a thrift store that I framed myself. I hope I'm talking loud enough for my phone to pick up. Another cup of coffee, another sip of coffee. Okay, so I have a lot of stuff I've been working on and jumping all over the place, so I will just show you that. Okay, I don't have a lot of fancy project bags, so I have a lot of plastic bags. Okay, lately I was working on Pineberry Lane Fruits of Our Labor. I don't like, I usually stitch on 40 count, sometimes 36, and I kind of don't love exactly how tiny this is. So I did the first one in DMC. This is, you kind of can't see it, this is 40 count Dirty Teacup. This is Needle and Flax linen, one of my linens. So I'm putting it away. I want to do all 3, but I'm not sure I like it this small. So next year, maybe I will do that. I don't know. And then on the same fabric, flipped around, I have a tiny start, which this one I won't put away till, it kind of has fall colors, but I won't put it away till fall because I love it, and it's Stacy Nash. I don't even know where to look in this thing. Stacy Nash Butternut tablet. And this is on Dirty Teacup. And this one I'm actually doing in the overdyes, the called for. I think it's, I can't see without my glasses either. It's all Gentle Arts, which I've been having trouble getting all the Gentle Arts colors lately, so that is gonna stay something I work on. I gotta clear it away. Okay. Another one that I haven't worked on really recently, but I have been working on is Ann Morrison. My Hands Across the Sea. I don't normally do the stitch alongs. I sign up for them and I follow them, but I don't like stitching what everybody else is stitching. But this one I thought was really quick, or it would be quick. And I like the colors, and the eyelets have, you know, put the brakes on it, only because they take so long. So this is 40 count cream. And I tend to jump around on a project, so you'll see bits that aren't filled in, and I just do whatever I'm in the mood for. So this is DMC, and it's 40 counts white art cream, which is my favorite to stitch on. I normally stitch on matte even more than overdyes or even my own. I need to start stitching on more of my own, so I have some samples of my linens with stitch stuff on it. Which I'm trying to do. I have the one with Dirty Teacup, and then I have another one that I've been working on. But 40 count cream is kind of my go-to. I love it. So I like the contrast of the cream and then the bright DMC. This one I started, and I will be putting away till next fall. Well, I don't know. I don't mind stitching on fall out of season because I like the colors. This is Goodness and Plenty, and I think this is totally reversed in the camera. I don't know. Whatever. This is 40 count Seraphim. Why is it totally reversed in the camera? I don't know. Maybe this will flip around. Whatever. This is my first one, so I only did one of the three patterns, and it's DMC in a Target dollar spot, like bathing suit wet bag. These are nice. Okay, this is awkward. Okay, this one I've been working a lot on. Everything's falling. Okay. So this is Elizabeth Cheatham by Scarlet House. I don't know. I'm trying to look in the... This is ridiculous. Elizabeth Cheatham. No, Scarlet House. Scarlet Letter. Sorry. I hope this isn't backwards. If it is, I'll figure it out eventually. I can't do the fun floss thing, so here's all my DMC. This one I'm really into right now. So it's pretty big, 40 count Zweigart cream. I do a lot of the more traditional samplers on that. Bright colors, and you know, I think a strawberry border is like one of my favorite types of borders to stitch. Going through these a little fast. This might be a short video. Okay, this one I have been working on for like 2 years. And it'll probably be another 2. Hopefully my audio's good. Okay, this is, ooh, and hopefully I don't cut the TV. Houses at Hawk Run Hollow. This is the first one that I have all the patterns, and this is the first one that I've tried. So I've been working on it for like 2 years. I just do a block at a time whenever I feel like it. These are all my fancy colors. And this one is probably the one I've been working on the most this month. Just one block. But I have quite a bit of it done. The one that I'm working on, this beast in the middle, and I have it all stitched except for I'm filling in the black. And I'm doing the anchor black. I don't really notice a difference in the coverage between the anchor and the DMC, but everybody says the anchor is better. This one is 36 count. It's Weigart. I think it's antique white because I wanted it to be big. And this one will stay out year round, and then I'm going to do a couple of the other ones, and maybe, well, this won't stay out year round. It'll stay out a lot of the year, and I think I will like put up shores in the summer. What other ones did I want to do? I want to do autumn and Christmas, but they're different sizes. Eventually I'd like to do Halloween, so probably houses, shores, and Halloween will rotate and be the same size in the same spot. But for most of the year it would be houses, and I'll put that away, put up shores for, you know, May till September, and put up Halloween if I ever finish them. But this one is probably my favorite, and it's very easy and fun to stitch. Once I get done with this beast, I think it'll fly by. So hopefully I'll get that done this year. Oh, I have one project bag that I made myself, which is, it was a practice one out of vintage scrappy fabric. Okay, so this is another stitch along, which I'm not going to stitch along with it, but I really wanted to start it because, you know, new stuff is fun. And this is, who's this? Oh, Eliza Martha Linfoot, by Hands Across the Sea. And I did a little start. I might kind of get going on this because I have, I'm doing it on one of my needle and flax linens. And I really do want to show. There's lots of pictures of my linens, but because it's kind of a newer company, I need to have some stitching samples, which is another reason I'm doing videos, to sort of give myself motivation to, you know, get going and keep up on this stuff. So this is just a little start, and this is 40 count Brea. And Brea is where I grew up in California. That's why I named a linen after it. These are my threads. There's no combing. There's none of that. We'll see if I ever get there, because I just want to stitch, you know? I don't want to spend time putting stuff on floss drops and all that. But you never know. Never say never, because I get easily influenced by other people, for sure. Okay. Now, I was going to do a fall video. I figured I would do it here in my kitchen. I have a old buffet island, which I thought was perfect to set stuff up on. But I'm one of those crazy people that starts decorating for Christmas right after Halloween. So if I waited too much longer, this behind me would be full of Christmas stuff. And I thought, well, that would be weird to do a fall video. And I didn't do a lot of fall stitching, so, you know, maybe if I'm still doing this next year, if anybody watches, I'll do a fall video at some point. And I didn't do a lot of fall stitching. So one thing I've worked on, which I'm not enjoying, I don't know why, Prairie Schooler. What is this? When Witches Go Riding. Years ago I did the small one. My 19-year-old, or almost 19-year-old, she moved out and she took that to decorate her apartment. So when I get it back, I can show it. God, I just realized the refrigerator was humming. Okay, and this is just, I think this is cream. I don't know what this is. This might be white stuff. It's Weigart. And this is 32 count. I started it a long time ago. I think I'm going to stitch it and then tea stain it or kind of age it a bit before because I don't love white. And I stayed with 32. I feel like Prairie Schoolers, when they're done on 36 or 40, they're too tiny. And I really like the patterns. I've stitched a lot of Prairie Schooler way back in the day. And I think 32 is a nice, they're charted for like 28, I think. Oh no, this one's charted for 32. Some of them I think are charted for 28. But I feel like it's charted for the right size of what it is. And I don't want a teeny tiny Prairie Schooler. I kind of want to see the pattern. So even though I don't like stitching with 2/2, I think for these I'm going to stick with it. On my Prairie Schooler Santas, I might go to like 36 because I'd like those a little smaller maybe. I don't know. These are choices I haven't made yet. So of course this is DMC because that's what they're charted in. And I kind of do what's charted. I'm not a big, change the color kind of person. I'll change fabrics, but I won't usually change threads. And then I was trying to get this done. I don't think I'll get it done by Halloween, by Sunday. But this is Blackbird Designs, Winds of Autumn, Spell of the Moon. And I thought, oh, I'll just do that, real quick. And it's not that quick for me. So this is 40 count in Dora, and this is Needle and Flax. This is like a beige linen with gray modeling. And this one on my website is on sale through Halloween. It's 15% off, just this one color, kind of as a happy Halloween thing. And I've gotten a lot of orders for it. It's actually really cool. I think I'm also going to do, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Murky by Picture This Plus. A little bit. It's not exactly the same, but the same vibe. And I like, I'll show you a pattern that I'm thinking working on this. So I have a nice chunk of it that I can finish this on. I don't know if I'll keep working on this or put it away. I'm in the mood for samplers, but I should do a little Christmas. I don't know what I'm in the mood for. Okay, so that's kind of what I was working on. Okay, I will show newer patterns that I bought. I don't buy stuff as it comes out. I'm on a budget. I stay at home and we don't make a lot of money. So a lot of times I do, stuff that I buy that's new will be older stuff because I have to kind of backtrack and make sure I get stuff that I want. I'm trying to build up, in case it's like the end of the world and every cross stitch business goes out of business. God forbid I need a stash. So I ordered Elizabeth Clark by by Needle. I got this on Country Stitches online. I like some of her older reproduction patterns. And this one's really pretty. I don't know when I'll work on it, but I needed it. Okay, putting it back in the bag is it's difficult. I'm gonna cough. Oh, jeez, Pete. Okay. Let's see. I got Cross Stitch Antiques, Mary Green, Ashton School, 1846. This one's pretty. I think I saw someone on Instagram stitching this. And this, if you haven't ordered her patterns yet, this is like old school, you know, big sheets. Not like the big, you know, map of the world that you open up and have to stitch from, which those are a nightmare. I got Kathy Barrett, Autumn Pin Drum, which I won't be starting soon because I'm not working on autumn right now anymore. It's almost Halloween. I'm over it. But this one's really pretty. And this one, DMC or Weeks Dye Works. Oh, it's a little bit of both. Maybe? Yeah, it's a little bit of both. So, yeah, I think on my website, I'm going to start adding all of the different thread brands slowly so that people can order their linens, their threads, and I think Weeks Dye Works might be one of the first ones that I start with adding. So I'll have silks and cottons. I don't know if I'll do DMC or not. That would probably actually be last because that's so easy for everybody to access. I just like, my website has flat rate $6 shipping. And I do kind of like, because I don't have a needlework store. I am in northern Michigan. If you know where Traverse City is, I'm a little north. I'm right between Traverse City and Charlevoix on Lake Michigan, if you know where that is, if you're familiar. And there is no, I have to drive like 3.5 hours to get to a cross stitch store. So it doesn't happen often. Everything I do is online. And so I like stitching with DMC. And I know just like a lot of people that don't have needlework stores near them, it's a lot easier when you're in the mood to stitch something to run to Joann's or Michael's, which is still, you know, I mean, it takes me 35 minutes to get there one way. To go and get those threads and be able to start it instead of placing an order, waiting for them to fill it, waiting for them to mail it. So my linens on the website, I kind of style my dyeing with the types of linens I like to use because I'm a sampler stitcher. I like more muted tones. I tend to like neutrals. I like a little aging on it. I don't really stitch on bright colors. I will probably have some bright colors that I dye, but right now it's mostly browns, grays, creamy colors, grayish, you know, brown gray. And I probably will stick with dyeing a lot of colors like that because what I'm doing is kind of just, if that's my taste, that's going to be someone else's taste. And, you know, I probably would not have a bright fuchsia at any point soon. Maybe at some point if I run out of, you know, neutrals. Long story short. It is nice when you're ordering if you can get more than one thing on the website. So I'd like to start ordering, you know, offering threads. I will probably do scissors and hoops. Way down the line, I may do kits with my linen, you know, alternate linen choices for maybe new patterns with kits. That's a little farther down the line. So I will do, you know, cottons, silks. Threads are hard to get a hold of, so I don't know what the selection will be like at first, but it would be nice if people could go to my website, order the linens, and get a few other things that they need and only pay the $6 and only have to wait on one package rather than I get the linen here, I get the pattern there, you know. What else? And I do sell wholesale. If you have a shop or an online shop, there is sort of like a contact us button on the website if you want to carry my lemons. Okay, I also bought Little Robin Designs Clarissa Beaumont 1875. I love this one, and I don't think it'll take a long time to do. It's all DMC on Lakeside Vintage Sand Dune. This would be a good one on that Brea that I showed, the Needle and Flax Brea. Go Wildcats. Okay. Then I ordered Carriage House, A Virtuous Woman stocking. I like this one. I keep looking between the lens and myself. I don't know. This one I would do in DMC. I don't know what I do with these when I'm done with them because my house isn't super primitive. It's vintage. I have a lot of vintage trash finds. I decorate with trash, basically. I do barn sale for like 13 years. A couple girlfriends and I have done barn sales. And so we do 2 big events a year. And an early summer and a fall. We just did one last week. And we have like repurposed furniture and painted furniture and vintage finds. And we do auctions and thrift stores and garbage picking and collect stuff and sell it and purge our own house. Michigan doesn't have a lot of colonial stuff to pick from. There's a lot of farm stuff to pick here. So I have some pieces in that style. I feel like this pattern fits if you do colonial decorating. But my house is also eclectic. I don't know. I just love those stockings, and I think that they would be really fun to stitch. And we'll see what I do with them if I ever stitch them. I don't know. Okay, I did get Carolyn Suffling, 1848 by Scarlet House. That's another one of my most favorite designers. I really don't stitch in silk either. I mean, it is pretty much DMC. DMC doesn't get the street cred it deserves, so I feel like, I'm going to be a DMC stitcher. Another favorite that I bought that I've done some, but I really want every pattern of Stacy Nash. And that's Blackwater Hollow Sampler. I won't start this one anytime soon because to me, it's very fallish. Fallish, if that's a word. I will be doing some of her Christmas stuff, though. Okay, and then I also ordered, this is the first time I've ever ordered Twin Peak Primitives. They've had some really cute patterns that have called to me lately, they say. And I kind of love the first Thanksgiving. Again, I'm not stitching it anytime soon. Their patterns are like books. They're black and white, but they're actually pretty nice. I really like, I think I'm going to order some more Twin Peak Primitives. They have like I kind of like the Lincoln one other than, I don't know about stitching people. I don't know. I probably will order the Lincoln sampler. And then they have, I think it's One Nation Under God. It's like a patriotic one, which I love that stuff. And they have some cute Christmas ones. In fact, I was placing an order earlier this week. I had to get some stuff from the distributor, and I was going through all the Twin Peak Primitives. They have some really cute Christmas ones that at some point, you know, if I get in the mood to stitch Christmas, I will order those. I really want to get up and fill my coffee up, but I don't know how I would do that. I don't know how to pause this. This is going to go out as is, and it's just gonna, that's going to be it. Oh, God. Okay. So the next part I'll show is, I don't even know where to look. Okay, the next part I'll show is stuff that I might be working on soon. I don't know. I change my mind all the time. Fancy bag. Some stuff I prepped and some stuff I just grabbed. Okay, I need to finish this. My daughter, my 17-year-old, loves the Beatles, and she wants me to stitch all of the Blackbird. I don't remember what this series is called. Magical Mystery Tour series. And this is the only one I've started, and it's not going to take long to finish. So, this is Eleanor Rigby. And I think I'm doing, I know it's Wren. I think it's 36 count Wren by Picture This Plus with DMC. Oh, and I have a general art there. That might all be called for. So I should finish that and get it framed soon. This one I started, this is my last Christmas's start, and I worked on it a little bit this summer, but I want to get back to it. It kind of, get the pattern out. It's Christmassy colors, so I think when I'm in the mood for samplers in the next couple months, this might be what I'm working on. And this is Mary Betchel. I want to say Bechtel, but it's Betchel. 1810. And this is, here's my floss. 40 count cream. 40 count cream, my favorite. So the only thing I substituted is I'm using the variegated DMC because I think this uses silk, and one of her reds is variegated. So I've seen other people do it too on Instagram. I can't see. It's DMC 115 is the variegated. Now you can see the ring light in my glasses. And it actually works really good for those. I wanted those big red flowers to be like popping. So that one I should to work on. And that one's not big either. So that'll be fun. I think probably the deer in those two pots at the top are the biggest. And then the border is like double or triple, so that takes a while. Triple lines around. This one I've been working on for a while, and it's one of my favorites that I've ever done. But there's a lot of stitching in it, so I want to keep it in my rotation. And it's Anna Sophia Bertram, 1871, by Hands Across the Sea. Doing it on 40 count cream. And I have a bit done. Actually, I have longer than that. It's not big. I'm going to do that trick where everybody does this. Makes sense. Okay. It's like gymnastics. Okay, so that's the length of it. It's not big, but there is a lot of stitching in it. A lot. So this one will take a long time to finish, but I think it might end up being one of my favorites when I'm done with it. So, and I skip around based on what I'm in the mood for, what colors, or whether I'm really paying attention. So like the top's not finished, but I worked down to I don't know if you can see, to the peacock. And I think that'll be fun, but there's a lot of sort of confetti type stitching in there. So I've got to pay attention when I'm working on it. Let's see. Okay, another one I want to start, which I think would be good for Christmas time if I'm in the mood for sampler stitching, is Eliza Nisbet. And I'm just going to do in DMC, these are the colors that were suggested, 321 and 936. So I think I want to stitch that. 2 colors, but I think it'll be really cute when it's done. So I'm gonna do that. I have another Target dollar spot bag. I think I'm gonna do Harriet Goddard. I think this is Hands Across the Sea. This one will probably be an impulse start. It's very small, so sometimes when I'm in the mood to just like start something and get it done, that's the kind of thing. I have the DMC. This is the kind of thing I would pick up and go, oh, I can start that real quick, and then I don't have fabric for any of these yet, just pieces of it. I just bought the DMC for this one. This is Homespun Elegance Lucy Red sampler, and it's old. I mean, it's an old sampler, but I've always wanted to do it, and I feel like it has wintry colors. It's browns and blues. So I just recently sort of got all the DMC together so that I can start that whenever I get impulsive. Okay, so here's a couple Christmas ones I want to start. I won't do a lot of Christmas, and I'll do a Christmas video, but these I'm thinking maybe this year, maybe I will start. So I want to do Plum Street Samplers Yuletide Shanty. It's a shanty. Yep. With, oh, I have some weeks here. I don't think I have all the colors for this yet. I don't. I'm going to have to get on the stick and order that. Or go DMC. I don't know. It's so tiny. Probably doesn't matter. I might just do half and half. Okay, so I was working on Houses of Hawk Run. I didn't ever want to be doing 2 Hawk Runs at once because I thought they will never get finished that way. But I've been pretty good at doing houses. I'm not giving up on it, but I think I might actually start Christmas because that'll take me a few years to do Christmas. Oh lordy. Okay. I was just kidding it. So I have all the DMC. That's a lot. I mean, if you're gonna do silk, you better get a second job because that's a lot of silk. So I think I'm gonna start that, and I don't know what fabric yet. Probably one of my fabrics, but I will do, I don't know. I might do 40 count on this one because it's not the same orientation as Houses of Hawk Run. So I'm not sure if I will be, if Houses is done, I don't know if I will be putting this one in its place. I might just put it somewhere else. The other ones are, long ones, so I think I'll swap them out in the same size frame, same size stitching, and just keep that one spot. This one and autumn, and I think even spring. I don't have spring, but you never know. They're different orientations, so I may just hang them somewhere totally different, and so I don't know if I'd want to stick with 36 count. I might do 40. I might just do whatever piece of fabric I have that's big enough. You would think with dyeing fabric I would have a ton of fabric here, but literally as fast as it comes in, it goes out, and I don't get to keep a lot for myself. Or if I do, I'll put aside a piece, and then boom, an order comes in that surely has that count and color in it, and I will grab it. I need a drink. Anyway, hopefully my cough didn't blow your ears out. So, yeah, so I don't know. I don't have a piece of fabric right now big enough for this. We will see. People are kind of, I think, hoarding fabric right now, which they should, because it's not easy to get the base fabric to dye. I'm getting a consistent amount of orders. I can actually, because I stay at home and this is the only thing that I'm doing, you know, full time, I can get the stuff dyed, ironed, and packaged and out pretty quick. A lot of times right now my turnaround has been about a week, sometimes less, sometimes a couple days more. It really depends on the colors that people have chosen and the counts and whether I have the base fabric. I'm just starting, so I don't have bolts and bolts and bolts of every count of base fabric to do all the colors. So I am placing very regular orders with a little extra. So I always have a little stash on hand. And a lot of times when I have like, orders seem to come in floods. And so when I get a ton of orders, I will, I can usually get the fabric within a couple days. And I will place some big orders, dye. I have leftover immediately it sells. So I'm kind of like a rat on a wheel. But my turnaround time on the fabrics has been about a week at most before I get it in the mail. And that could change. Sometimes the only reason it's even taking that long is that I didn't have the count that someone ordered. And I have had to order some and wait for it. And then, you know, take a day or two to dye it or whatever. It kind of just depends on the order load. It's hard to explain, but people are hoarding fabric, and I think they probably should, because I know that there have been a couple times when I have not, I've had to wait on certain counts. 36 count is incredibly popular right now. I think that's the count that everybody orders. And I've noticed at the distributors, it's flying out the window. I know I only dye on Zweigart fabric. And I only right now I'm doing 28, 32, 36, 40, and 46 linen. I'm not doing Aida just yet because I haven't had time to practice it. I haven't dyed on Aida before. But I will be adding Aida at some point. But yeah, and I think Zweigart has had backups and delays and screw ups getting stuff over from Germany. So everything, you know, I understand why people are hoarding when they find it, because they probably should. Because who knows what could happen in the next day, week, who knows. Okay, I have been wanting to do all the Hollyberry farms. I started summer this summer, but I got barely any of it done, which is the one I want to do the most. But I also want to do Christmas at Hollyberry by Stacey Nash. I don't have fabric, and I don't have all the gentle art. And I'd like to do this one just in gentle art. Maybe not the white. I can do ecru. It's not, you know, overdyed white and black to me are not. I don't need to do the overdyed in those colors. I don't know. Gentle art's another one that's been hard to find. Well, all of them. It's been hard to get all the colors to really kit up stuff. So, you know, got to make substitutions. I'm going to choke. I don't understand why your mouth gets so dry. Okay, I have two more that I might start soon. No, three. I have three more. Okay. Barbara Anna Feathered Whispers. I have this. I have all the DMC, and it's called for both DMC and Anchor. This one, I didn't know this one was a reproduction until I bought the pattern. And I'm just going to show you on the, I'm sure these pictures are showing up backwards, but you'll get the gist. So that is what's on the front, and it's a reproduction. But it actually has a fantastic border around it. The antique had a border on it, and I want to do the border. As soon as I saw that, I was like, why would you leave that off? That's amazing. So this one has been one I really want to start. I don't know if I'll do it before Christmas. Maybe it'll be a Christmas, Thanksgiving start, or Christmas Day. I don't know. I'm not taking these out of the plastic because they're a pain. I'd like to do a Yuletide Welcome by Plum Street Samplers. I don't have fabric for it. This one, this one is Gast, NPI, or DMC. I might just do DMC. I have all of these. I have the Ghoultide, Yuletide. Was there another one? I don't know. I have them. Because I have like all the Plum Streets. And then this is the one that I was thinking Country Sampler did. I think it was Country Sampler did this on Murky, and it was really pretty. I don't know, a few people on Instagram in the last couple of years have done the Country Sampler kit. And I was thinking this one might look really good on Endora. We'll see. I have another color called Eastwick that has more browns with a little bit of gray. Endora is more bold. They're both modeled, but I think that those would look really good on this one. This one's a definite. This will be done this Christmas because it's an old pattern that I've had forever. And if I do one Christmas thing, that'll be it, because I got a real problem if I can't get that done for Christmas. So yeah, that's it. So I don't even know how to end that. I didn't even think about how to end it. Like how do I get off of this video and not look like a total dweeb? Yeah, that's it. So if you want to check out my linens, you can go to needleandflax.com. You can follow me on Instagram. I also stitch. And Needle and Flax is also on Instagram. I do some posts on there. I might practice doing Instagram stories to get a little better at talking off the cuff, because I feel like I'm terrible at this. And I guess if anybody watches, I will do one. I won't do a regular video because I can't commit. I just can't commit to that. I got 3 kids. I'm doing the linens. People are loving linen. My house, sometimes looks like a fraternity house because I don't have time to pick it up with all this stuff. So I can't really commit to a regular schedule of videos, but I don't know, practice makes perfect. So hopefully I can come back and do something for Christmas, some Christmas stitching and plans for next year, and hopefully the videos keep me stitching to have something to show, because lately I've just been tired at night, and that's why I do most of my stitching is at night. The weather will turn soon, and I get most of my stitching done long periods of time in the winter, because on the weekends a lot of times it's snowing and blowing, and I stay in my sweatpants and binge watch TV and stitch at least one of the 2 weekend days. So yeah, if anybody watches, I will do another one, and that's it. I'll see you later. Bye.